one to control.
That you, Moss?
Shop?
Oh, it's you.
Hi, 9 o'clock on a bright morning. Where is everybody?
You haven't seen him?
I've come here to see him. And he's up.
Poured it for him when I had the door open. You may as well have it.
So,
Went off without his breakfast.
what a row did you?
No, he just went off early. Wouldn't wait before it were light.
Hangover, toothache, what else the lad?
He just got up, dressed, didn't shave, stumbled about saying he wanted to see his patch in the dark before the sun came up.
Oh, it's been up 3 hours.
Coming through?
Is that for him?
Always wants a big breakfast when he's been out early. Eats like a horse. Have you eaten?
I like an horse. But then I eat first, look after. Something happening then?
Oh, not more than usual. Some message for him. What brought you so early?
Oh, the Crampton lad. He was picked up last night. I thought Moss might want to go down and chat up his mum.
Well, what did he do?
Following in his father's footsteps, doing a swim.
Jimmy Crampton.
Oh, Jimmy Crampton.
Well, what did he take?
Ah, nothing, love. He was doing a sweep machine on the pavement with his father's Jemmy.
But he's only 12.
Oh, I know. Obviously practised in his own area, not now, Patch. He was still bashing at it when the panda went past. I thought the Moss might just want...
Oh, he'll come through the office.
Oh.
Breakfast.
Aye, in a minute, love.
3 slices or 4?
4.
Plain or toasted?
Plain, I'm famished.
Present from a loving wife.
How long have you been here?
Saw you slipping out, I slipped in. Which lonely wife have you been visiting?
There were several lonely wives on patch last night. I'd like to know who they were.
Poachers?
Aye.
Is that what you're after?
No.
Breakfast.
Are you,
No. I eat at a civilised hour, lad. So, you went out after poachers?
No, just happens I disturbed one. All I got was that bitter old net.
Crawling round in the dark?
Walking round in the dark. See what a dawn had revealed.
To see who was slipping home before daylight. That's his 3rd cup of tea.
Hey!
Second. Jimmy Crampton.
Titch?
Aye, we picked up a panda last night. Trying to screw a sweep machine.
With a Jemmy.
Well, it's a temptation. Kids like chocolate.
He was after the cash. Starting young. I thought he might want to go down to the house.
There's old man still inside.
We'll have a word with his mum.
You have a word with her. I've got other inquiries.
Oh, Mr. Reed phoned.
Jim Reed?
Upper Hilton.
What did he want?
He wants to see you.
I was up there this morning. I passed his farm twice. What time did he phone?
8:30.
And he didn't say?
No. Oh, something about sheep.
Well, did it sound urgent?
No more urgent than your breakfast. Get on with it. But he wants to see you this morning.
When did you move him into field? Yesterday. Brought him down from the hill. How many were taken? 6.
You'd know.
There were 80. There's 74. Nick'll put them through the gate for you if you want to count them. I'll take your word for it. You can think on that and all. 6.
How long would that take?
Depends how well they know sheep. Can back up, pull them over, hump them in. We can load 6 sheep in 2 or 3 minutes.
2 men?
Likely 3. 1 shushing them through, 2 hefting them into the van.
It's first we've had.
3rd. They've been twice over to Long Frinton. Oh, it might not be in your district, Mr. Parkin, but we count them as neighbours. We came to them on a Sunday and took 6, and they came back on a Thursday and took 5. I don't want them back here.
We can move them back up on hill. They'll be safer.
I brought them down for grass. But 4 farms to the north of us have been raided, one of them twice. I warned you.
Aye.
Times they come back.
Well, what do you want to watch, kept?
Aye.
There's not much point. We watch here, they could be somewhere else.
If I watch, I'll watch with a gun. I'm warning you. I'm giving you your chance.
Aye. Well, there are other ways. I'll think on it. Give you a lift.
Are you going?
Aye.
Well, we'll stay and take a look around.
Don't you ever throw anything away? We do have a dustbin, you know.
No. And I used to know where everything was in here.
Did you see him?
Aye.
Was it urgent?
Cattle rustling.
What?
Sheep stealing. First time it's happened here.
You were warned.
Aye, by Reed. It would have to happen to him. He wants an all-night watch in case it happens again.
Well, you're not...
No. Where's Ron?
Gone up to see Mrs. Crampton. Said he'd be back.
Oh, aye. What time did he come this morning, by the way?
9 o'clock, seeing as you asked.
It's got taking or destroying fish. It's got taking or killing deer.
Aye.
Note about taking sheep.
Well, it's theft. Dishonestly appropriating, intention to permanently deprive. To steal.
What if they're grazing quietly in some field?
What's happened?
6 sheep taken last night from Upper Alton Farm. They drove a van up, cut a gap in fence.
Malicious damage and trespass.
He can repair his fence. He wants his sheep back.
He won't get them back. Either Hoof or the sheepskin rug. They'll all be dead by now. 6 carcasses hanging in a butcher's shop, unidentifiable. Permanently to deprive.
Oh, I'd like to be sure.
Well, phone Phillipson, he's the expert. He's had 10 cases in county so far, no recoveries, just carcasses. Who's to tell?
Chief Inspector Phillipson.
Aye. How much were they worth?
12 quid a time, he says. That's £72 he's lost. He wants an all-night watch in case it happens again.
Well, you'll do it?
Like hell I will. More than one road of skinning a sheep. Oh, I'd like to be sure.
Well, it's all laid on with a van. Going equipped for stealing, handling stolen goods. It's theft. No help.
Why don't you go and help Beth in kitchen? Mrs. Crampton?
She wanted.
Pull it, it's open. No need to knock.
You sent for me, Mr. Parkin?
That's right, Tom. I sent for you.
What do you want me for then, Mr. Parkin?
Oh, something I've found, Tom. Something I want to return to you. That bit of net there. Well, look at it. Pick it up.
You tried to trick me, Mr. Parkin. Get me to touch it. It's not mine.
You don't trust me?
No.
It's not a trick, Tom. I just want you to look at it.
With this old rubbish here, I tell you it's not mine.
Of course you tell me it's not yours. Sit down, Tom. All right, then, while we shut shop up a minute.
Why?
I want to talk to you. I don't want to be disturbed. I found that in Iburn last night. Iburn runs past Upper Hilton.
Aye.
There were a poacher on Burn last night
Did you see him?
and found that in water like crag.
Oh, well, that's been in the water some weeks, isn't it? It's rotted.
Just want you to know that I were up there last night, Tom.
You didn't have much of a find, did you?
That's not the point, Tom. The point is I was up there and you were up there last night. Someone was on Upper Hilton last night poaching. And you're the only one I know that can give me its slip.
You think so?
I know so. And to get away you cross farm.
Are you saying you saw me?
If I said I only wanted to talk.
You haven't come to the point, have you?
Mr. Reed had some sheep taken last night. Now, I don't care about his trout, Tom. He don't care about that, but he does care about his sheep.
Look, I told you I wasn't out last night and I'm going.
Listen, Tom. There's 2 men, maybe 3 men, Smolleton Road last night. In the dark, they drive up, cut his fence, take his sheep and drive off. You saw the van.
No.
You heard the van.
Well, look, you said you were up there last night. Didn't you hear a van?
You were up there longer than I was. All right, Tom, if you won't help me, I just hope you stay in bed at night for the next 6 weeks.
You what? Why?
Because Mr. Reed will want a watch kept on his land. 6 other farmers will want the same thing. Anyone moving on that land at night will be knocked off. Area will include the high wood, the 3 burns. There'll be no more trout, no more pheasant, till we've caught him.
You think they'd come back then?
Oh, aye, it's the way they work. An easy touch, they get away with it. Of course they come back. Yeah, there'll be coppers behind every bush till it's settled.
Ah, look, Mr. Parkin, I can't help you. I'd like
Puts me
to,
on
but-
nights for week. You know that, don't you, Tom? Of course, if you won't help me. There is something I can be doing, of course, while the watch is on. I'll have a look which hotels run out of pheasant and which ones strike fresh trout off the menu, and I'll want to know why.
It's like that, is it?
Yes, it's like that. I know you saw that van.
Aye.
And the men.
No.
Come on, you've got eyes like a hawk. How many?
3.
Do you recognise them?
No.
Do you see the make of van?
I wouldn't know to make a van, would I?
Did you get the number?
No. Look, all right, I was up in a burn last night. I saw the van. I heard it first. Well, is that what you wanted to know, then?
There's no help, Tom. You don't know the make of van, you don't know the men, you don't know the number. You'd better stay in bed, that watch is still on.
Look, that's not what I said at all. You're not listening, are you? I said I didn't know to make a van. I know the van, though.
Local?
Aye.
Where?
Holmesford.
And the men?
Don't know. 2 strangers. One I know and I've seen him.
His name?
Don't know.
Describe him. Come on, if you've seen him before, describe him.
About 28, wears jeans, zip jacket.
Where do I find him?
Find the van, he owns it.
If I don't find that van, watch is still on.
Aye. Can I go now?
Aye.
They spoil the pitch, don't they?
They do.
Try Melcroft Lane.
to do?
You had company, so waited.
I've just been leaning on old Parry. I told him poaching were off while sheep were going missing.
And?
I know where to find the van, Ormsford.
You'll have to move fast. Van's no good without sheep and you can't identify carcasses.
Like the man said, we move fast.
If anyone phones...
Oh, phone Reed. Tell him I'm in Ormsford.
Where?
Millcroft Lane. Tell him to look for me Land Rover. Do you own this van?
Why?
Either you own it or you don't own it. Who owns it?
Do you want to hire it?
What's your name?
Mount.
Weren't you christened?
James Mount.
Let's see your driving licence. Insurance.
Do you own this van?
Where was it last night?
Why?
I'm asking. I want an answer.
I don't know where it was hired.
Who hired it?
Just a fella.
How much do you charge?
What?
I'm not daft, Mount. If you hire it, you charge.
How much do you charge?
Couple of quid.
Who paid you?
This fella. Said he had a night job to do, a removal.
Oh, some strange fella walks in, gives you a couple of quid and drives off with your van and you don't know who he is?
Well, he brought it back.
Let's see your carrier's licence and your logbook.
What?
You're in business as a carrier, you hire your van, he wants your carrier's licence and your logbook.
Get 'em. There's nothing entered for last night.
I haven't had time. Look, what is this?
Your van was seen last night.
And you were driving it.
What is this, a double act?
I want to know where you were and what you were carrying.
Sheep.
What do you mean, sheep?
There's been sheep in that van, there's wool caught on sides.
Show me. I don't know what you're talking about. This van was used for removal.
And you were driving it?
No.
You were seen.
I couldn't be.
All right then, fill in the logbook. Who hired it? The journey made, for what purpose, name and address of the hirer. Well, we think we've located the van that was used, Mr. Reed. But the only sign of your sheep's this.
Well, where are my sheep?
I don't know, we haven't seen them.
Nick, go and find them.
I told her to find them. She's in there, that's where my sheep were. Where are they now?
Sheep?
Says they weren't, says it were doing a removal.
Aye.
He's a liar. My dog's
Leave
in
it
there,
to
that's-
us. Thanks for coming, Mr. Reed.
What was all that about then?
You're locking up and coming with us.
Why?
To answer some questions. Tell us where you were last night.
First, you complete the logbook. And I should just warn you that it's an additional offence, different act, to make a false entry.
And since you were identified last night, you'll be a damn fool to try.
Right, that shows a bit of sense. All right, let's have it. Where were you last night? Who were the two men?
2 men?
Strangers? You drove 2 men to Smolleton Road last night.
Did I?
There were sheep in your van.
Couldn't be.
All right, we'll send his van to forensic. When they give us proof it did carry sheep, we'll do him alone, stealing and driving away.
You'll send it where?
Forensic laboratory, laddie. Blokes with microscopes and vacuum cleaners. They go round your van with a pair of tweezers, find bits of hair, put it under the microscope, they'll tell you that it's wool. They can tell what breed of sheep, how many were in your van, you owned the van, so we do you for the lot. Now, do we take the van to the lab, or do they come to his yard?
They'll go to his yard.
Well, better hold him then. Will you take him in?
What are you holding me for?
Because you were seen, Mount. Seen on the Smolleton Road. We just need the evidence about the van.
And since you own it, you're the big wheel. We do you for the lot.
Look, I didn't pinch him. I just drove him. I didn't know it was going to be sheep.
Where did you take him?
To Leeds.
Where in Leeds?
I don't know where.
You're blind. A blind van driver.
It was dark and they directed
They?
2 Leeds fellas.
Where did they direct you?
To a slaughterhouse, I don't know where.
Chief Inspector Phillipson will want him.
Can have him later. Where did you meet these men from Leeds?
They came into the yard and asked to buy the van and I was daft enough to drive it.
Maybe you are daft, Mount, but I'm not. Them sheep were only just moved into that field the day before, moved down from the hill and taken the same night. Now, men from Leeds wouldn't know that, but you would. You're local, you were watching.
Why would I be watching?
Local man, that's why. You've worked before with these men from Leeds. We've had 5 other farms done round here.
Phillipson will want him.
Aye. The names of these Leeds men. All right, you can have him.
Come on, lad.
If I tell
What do you want to say?
Nothing.
Lunch is off, but you can have it for your tea. Finished?
Aye, you can throw that in the dustbin now.